It's Andre back with another Profitec Move video. In this week's video, I'm going to be going over some of the most frequently asked questions in the YouTube comments that I've seen on my channel, as well as online forums and other places. And I'm going to be answering those in video form for any new Profitec Move owners or maybe somebody considering buying the machine. This video will hopefully answer some of the most common questions around it, as well as kind of go over those in video form while I answer those for you. So let's get into the list of most frequently asked questions about the Profitec Move. One of the most common questions I see around the Profitec Move is how long does it take for the machine to heat up? By default, the machine heats up in 15 minutes and it's ready to brew espresso and steam milk. If you want to heat up faster than that, you can turn on a feature called Fast Heat Up in the menus, which I'll show you here. And with that feature enabled, it heats up in about 9 minutes and it's ready to make espresso at that time. This feature is nice, however, I personally don't use it because it always overheats the machine and then you have to run a flush and then let the temperature kind of stabilize. Personally not a fan of this, and for me the extra 5 to 6 minutes isn't that big of a deal to use this feature. But if you did want to, you could be brewing espresso within 9 minutes of turning the machine on. Another pretty common question that I see is how is the steam power and the steam quality of this espresso machine? The steam power isn't very strong, however, it is adequate, and I find that I have no issues if I'm making smaller drinks. Now, if you were to use this machine in a commercial setting, it'd probably be a little on the slow side and I wouldn't recommend it. But with the 0.75 liter steam boiler, it is perfectly good for home use, and usually I can make milk-based drinks back to back. There might be a little bit of a wait time in between drinks, but the power is plenty for most home users. If you're a power user, if you do larger milk-based drinks, you might get a little frustrated with it, but if you're just making a couple of drinks a day and the drinks are on the smaller side, like a 8 to 12 ounce latte, this is a great machine for that, and you won't have any issues with steam power. Another question that I get pretty often is how long do you have to wait in between brewing a shot of espresso until you can brew your next shot? Normally, from what I can tell, is it's about 30 to 60 seconds. Once you pull a shot of espresso, the temperature typically drops. So I have mine set to 201 degrees Fahrenheit. It'll probably drop to somewhere in the 170s. And then within about 30 seconds to a minute, you're ready to go again. I usually like to let it heat back up to at least 200 before I'm pulling my next shot. But if you were in a rush, you could definitely brew it at a lower temperature than that. Another pretty common question I get is, I see that your machine is under these cabinets. How are you dealing with refilling the water? Well, I actually do have a decent amount of clearance in between my cabinets. I would say there's probably about 2 inches or so. So the method that I use is I will reach over the side of the machine with a measuring cup and I'm able to fill up the water reservoir without moving the machine at all. Another pretty common question you might have is, can I fit 2 shot glasses under the portafilter and a scale? So the answer is most likely you will not be able to do this because unless your scale is very thin and your shot glasses are on the smaller side, they are going to be pretty crowded. As you can see, I've got 2 shot glasses here and I've got my old scale, which was thinner than my new one. And even with this setup, the portafilter is kind of sitting on top of the cups, so it is affecting the weight output. To summarize it, if you've got the portafilter in with the 2 spouts, it is most likely not going to leave enough clearance for 2 different shot glasses. So with my portafilter locked in and with the rubber dual spout, it is about 3 inches of clearance that you get from the bottom of the spout to the drip tray. If you were to take out the rubber spout, you would have just under 5 inches of clearance. And if we remove the portafilter altogether from the drip tray to the group head, you're sitting at about just under 5.5 inches of clearance. So another question you might be wondering is how loud is the vibe pump in this machine? As you may know, the machine has a vibratory pump, so the rotary pump is kind of the quieter line of pumps, but you're usually looking at $2,500 or more for machines with that. With this having a vibe pump, I actually don't find the noise to be a concern. I will play a little clip of me pulling a shot so you can kind of hear it for yourself. I don't have a way to measure the noise output, but honestly, it is not very loud. Another question that I would be wondering if I was in the market for this machine is, what kind of features does it offer to justify the price? Some of my favorite features on this machine is the scheduled startup, so you can schedule it to turn on and off twice per day. That's a really nice feature. The automated cleaning is very convenient and works really nice. You can see my last video about me cleaning the machine to kind of show you that feature. Basically, it does the backflush process for you. It's hands-free. You just click a button and it runs the cycles, and then all you have to do is basically rinse the portafilter after it's done. Another thing that I really like about this machine is the lights. I think it's very unique and cool that it has lights. Those can be turned on all the time. They can be turned on only when you're pulling a shot, or they can just be turned off completely. The knobs on the machine are really nice. I really wanted to have knobs instead of the regular handles, and I've been really enjoying using them. The hot water knob can be a little sticky sometimes, so with more use I find that it is more kind of easy to turn on and off, but I personally don't use a whole lot of hot water, so that is not a huge issue for me. Some other features that I really like about this machine is I like this little menu. It's very easy to go through all your settings and change stuff. It's got an eco mode, so if you forget to turn off the machine, it automatically will go into like a sleep mode where the temperature goes down. It's got all kinds of reminders. It's got all kinds of just all kinds of features, including built-in pre-infusion, which I myself have not been using a whole lot, but you can configure pre-infusion in this machine without having it plumbed in, which is pretty cool. So another question that's pretty common is, how are the shots this machine pulls? As you can see, I've got a shot right here. Very good shots that I've been getting out of this machine. I pretty much noticed an improvement in taste right away after I upgraded from my Profitec Move. Could this have been placebo? Sure. Maybe it was placebo, but I have been getting pretty good results with this machine. Following up with that, people have been asking, do you get soggy pucks? And is that an issue with the machine or with the grinder? So I figured I would do a little bit of research, and soggy pucks can be a combination of many things, including the machine, the grinder, your puck preparation. So basically, I've been getting pretty good pucks most of the time. Sometimes it is a little wetter than others, but for the most part, I wouldn't say I've been getting a whole lot of soggy pucks. However, a soggy puck is not necessarily an indicator of bad espresso. If your espresso tastes good, but your puck is soggy, that shouldn't necessarily be a concern. That being said, I think the grinder and the puck preparation is more important than the machine in regards to how your puck looks. But my results have been, I would say, probably about 50-50 or more in the favor of a drier puck. So this machine is not responsible for bad pucks on its own. Those are some of the most common questions that I've been seeing around the machine. Hopefully that helped clear up any questions that you may have if you're in the market for one of these, or if you're somebody who already has one and maybe you just wanted some of these questions kind of answered. There's a lot to go over, so I know I might have missed something. If you guys have any other questions that I missed or something that I can do another video about in the future, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Hopefully you found this video useful and helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing. Give me a like, turn on the notification bell. I'm going to be trying to do videos every 7 to 10 days on this channel as time allows. And feel free to check out some of my older videos or my shorts. I have a lot of videos showing different drinks, lattes, cortados, espresso tonics, Americanos. Check those out. Let me know what you guys think. And I will see you in my next video. Peace.